Fight man in boxing, led the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellas Sports TV.
All right, man, let's talk about Devin Haney call out Jack Catterall. Well, I guess Jack called him out first, and my thing is Jack said he won a world title fight. Devin Haney no longer holds a world title at 140 pounds. He's a champion recess. They stripped him from Alberto Puello. And like I said before, it all comes down to popularity and cash in boxing. There's no right, no wrong. People don't care about right and wrong or justice. It's about if they like you or don't like you. When Devin forced Lomachenko to fight and Loma signed over his belt, they called Devin the email champion. When Devin had the belt and wanted to fight Tank, and Tank refused to, push to be super WBA champion, and they got rid of Devin, moved up, and he became a WBA super champion, and they called Tank email champion. So like I said before, ain't no right or wrong. And I heard somebody in the comment section say, well, there's no good and evil. That's the devil's mentality. No, it's not. It's all perspective. Good and evil is all perspective. You got some people that believe in if somebody hits you, you hit them back. You got some people that teach, you're wrong if you hit a person back. You supposed to turn the other cheek. Ain't that a perspective on good and evil? That's a perspective. That's somebody's fucking opinion. That's somebody's opinion, right? Or am I tripping? So it all depends. It all depends. It's all perspective. That's all perspective. You might say he did something, to an adolescent child. Somebody can go back and say, well, his father did that to that person's child. Is it truly wrong? Or is it an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth? So really, it's all perspective. It all depends on how you look at it in a majority of situations. And for Devin, for Catterall, maybe the money is more important than the title at that point. And Devin basically said it's just going to have to boil down to Turkey Al-Sheikh is the only person that can make it happen. I don't know why that is, because Catterall don't demand that much money. Or maybe he's just working with Turkey Al-Sheikh now. But when Eddie Hearn showed his true hand, that lets you know, and then people say, Eddie just being objective. Eddie ain't never objective about none of them other fighters he fucking with. Them UK fighters, he ain't never objective. He stay making excuses for them. He stay making excuses for them. So that's my thing about it. A lot of these people show you when you go through times of turmoil, you going through your downs. A lot of people show you exactly who they are. They show you exactly who they are. They show you exactly who they are. But to be honest, that's a decent fight. Catterall is one of the fighters that's just he's solid across the board, but he lacking aggression. He's solid around the board, but he lacking aggression. That's the problem. He's solid around the board, but he lacking aggression. He lacking that killer instinct. So, him and Devin, that's a good fight. Both great 1-2 punchers. Great boxers on the outside. Stylistically, it ain't going to be Hagler Hearns. It ain't going to be Regis and Catterall. It's going to be more of a tactical fight. If one mistake can change the fight. Get down a couple rounds, start pressing, and obviously with him calling for Turkey Al-Sheikh to make it happen, that lets you know that got to happen in Saudi Arabia, in Riyadh. So that's what he's letting you know right now. That has to happen in Riyadh. That has to happen in Riyadh. But yeah, it's a good fight. It's not a fight that's on my bucket list or my wish list. I would like to see Catterall get a world champion, and with Devin being champion recess, do you challenge Puello? Who did get popped for pens? People try to come here, he got exonerated. I don't see no articles on that. Or he had that WBA right around his fucking waist again, right? You know, he had that WBA right around his waist again. So I don't see none of that. So that's the crazy thing about it. But, you know, it's still a good, solid fight. I mean, Devin kind of coming back against an average puncher, maybe a slightly above average puncher. You know, a guy that you probably feel like you can box with and, you know, out quick and more athletic with. But Jack is solid. Solid chin, solid power, good boxing skills, good 1-2, determined, good technique. So it ain't going to be an easy fight. You know, and I couldn't disrespect Jack and call him a tune-up either. That's a fight that Devin can lose. But Jack called him out, so Jack probably looking at the dollar signs behind that fight. You know, he probably looking at the dollar signs behind that fight. So I ain't even mad at him. But, you know, more likely he probably fight Hitchison and Liam Paro next. That's probably more likely. And, you know, Hitchison is talking talk. Said he gonna beat Catterall. He gonna have to box and be aggressive while doing it at parts of that fight. They fighting in Puerto Rico. I'm like, damn, you know, they fighting in Puerto Rico. I'm like, you know, I thought Sabril Matias was gonna headline, but they got rid of his ass. They released him. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. But yeah, that's how they rocking, man. So I look forward to it, man, to be honest. I look forward to it. They do it. I mean, it's a good tactical fight. I think that you know, I think people, number one reason people want to see what Devin like when he come back. You know, they can, you know, erase the old, you know, they can try to make us unsee what we saw. But he took some damage in that fight. And time off ain't always the answer neither. You see a lot of guys take time off and they never able to rekindle that flame. But he young. He took some damage in that fight. You know, and I see, you know, kind of some of his strength and condition videos. They really trying to put more strength in his legs. He's so top heavy. You know, and that's how most black people build, is top heavy. Most white people build, you know, bottom heavy. You really pay attention to it. So they trying to put that strength in his lower system, and genetics are genetics. That's why when you look at the weigh-ins, you be like, well, Devin looks so much bigger than his opponent. Most of his weight is up top. That's why a lot of people got a misconception that Pacquiao was just a small fighter. But once you look at Pacquiao legs, you be like, damn, okay, I kind of see where, you know, his speed and his power is generating his power from. Look at Crawford fight. You know, you look at Crawford kind of slender upstairs. You start looking at his calves and his legs. He's strong at his base. That's where you want to be strong at. You know, he's strong at his base. But some people like Wilder, Haney, they top heavy build. You know, that's just what the genetics call for. You hear people say, well, you know, Wilder got chicken legs and this, that. Some of the strongest guys that I played, you know, basketball had smaller legs. So size ain't always an indicator of strength either. It's not. It's not always an indicator of strength. But it's going to be interesting to see, you know, if he can bounce back. And I don't think it's a foregone conclusion. But it'd be nice if he can get a fight in this year. If he can come back this year and come back and look good, you know, I think, you know, that set up some big fights for him down the road. Even if he able to get on that Usyk and Fury undercard just to get a light tune-up. A little 8, 10, maybe 12 rounder if you feel like it. Just to get sharp. Just to, you know, to get there. So they've been back in the gym. So we'll see. he kind of brought Mickey Bay back into the he brought Mickey Bay into the fold, and sometimes you just got to get back into the basics. And like I said before, they trying to justify Ryan cheating every which way and every which how. But him and Catterall, it ain't no gimme fight. Catterall is good. Catterall just don't got that aggressiveness to be in that next level elite fighter at 140. He just ain't aggressive enough. So if we can find some more aggression, which is gonna be hard, it'll be a problem. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live with our video. Financially, you want to support the channel, Cash App, $CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree, find my